Ramayana from Sri Lankan perspective. This is the first series of the lecture that we have arranged because we are planning for something in the next year, a Gala International Event to celebrate Ramayana and to bring in different artists from different nations. And this is in continuation with that program that we are planning for next year. So what does Ramayana mean to us as an Indian? It's in very social fabric of us. It's a moral compass. It inspires us with the stories of devotion and loyalty. It highlights the strength of family and relationship. It symbolizes triumph of good over the evil. It connects us to spiritual roots. It also promotes values like compassion, forgiveness, and justice. And for the present time, it fosters unity across borders as its influence extends beyond India to Myanmar, to Indonesia, to Sri Lanka, to Laos, to Philippines, till Vietnam. Today, we have the privilege of hearing from Sri Kelevasam sir, a leader who has been playing a vital role in bringing this shared heritage to life. Kelevasam sir is well-known figure in Sri Lanka Tourism Board as the former Director General of Sri Lankan Tourism Board and the Sri Lankan Tourism Development Authority. Project. This project identified sites related to Ramayana, and he also trained tourism professionals in Sri Lanka to welcome pilgrims and tourists from India. Even after his retirement, Sir continues to passionately promote Ramayana Trail, strengthening cultural ties between India and Sri Lanka. Without any further delay, it's my great honor to invite Sri Vinazagam Kelevasam sir to share his insights and experience with us. Please, sir.
Thank you for that brief introduction about me. I would like to express my gratitude to Professor Ratish Kumar, Head of Global Partnership at the International Center of Ramayana Studies at Sanskriti University, Madurai, India, for the kind invitation to lecture at this Zoom meeting. Professor, you was continuously in touch with me in organizing this particular meeting. Now, in the slide, we have given the topic that is given to me. And then below, you will see the four main characters: Lord Rama, Hanumanji, Mata Sita Devi, and Lord Lakshman. The topic I have been assigned for this lecture is the Sri Lankan's perspective on the Ramayana. So Ramayana, as is told at the beginning, Ramayana is now moving on to various countries. Today, the focus is how Sri Lanka would look at Ramayana, and in their perspective, we are going to have this particular lecture. The purpose of this lecture is to explore the fascinating narratives and cultural interpretations of the Ramayana from Sri Lankan's perspective. So we will keep on mentioning this one. We are looking this one in the case of a Sri Lankan's perspective. The Ramayana is a well-known subject in India. You see, to me, Ramayana is in the blood of all the Indians. Whenever I speak to the Indians, it's very easy because they are aware of this particular subject, Ramayana. Wait 1 minute. Yeah. Oh. 1 minute. Can you all see my slide? I just want to ask you, can somebody respond to me? Can you see the slides that I am?
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
I can
We
see.
Not yet.
Yes,
Not
sir.
yet.
Can
We
see.
can
Not
Can
yet.
see.
Not
Not
yet.
yet?
No,
You all
can
can't
see.
see the slide. Oh my God. Oh, wait, I have to put that slide. I don't know how do I do that? Wait.
For me, it's
Share-
very clear.
Go to the sharing option, sir.
Yeah, share.
Yeah.
Multiple participant can share simultaneously. I have put that one. And some of you all say, yes, you can, but some says no. Daniel, you can see it.
Yes, sir. Very
You can
clearly,
see
I
it.
can see. Yeah.
See it.
No,
But
the Sri Lankan the first slide we can see, sir. Whatever you
first-
the 4 pictures with the 4 pictures. I don't know whether you are
So-
sharing any other one.
No, Gayatri. Now I'm still on the first one.
Oh, right. Then it's we can.
It's the
Thank
b.ed,
you.
yes.
Yeah,
Fine.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
enough.
Thank you. I just want to make it clear that everybody sees this slide. See, to the Indians speaking about Ramayana, I'm very happy about it because in their blood, they know it, they know about it. And making it relatively easier to discuss any segment of it with an Indian audience. Today's lecture is within the framework of Ramayana segment relevant to Sri Lanka. We will look at it, what is the Ramayana segment relevant to Sri Lanka. Only we are going to focus on that particular segment. Sri Lanka, being a neighboring country to India, shares deep historical and cultural ties. Buddhism came to Sri Lanka from India. It is a predominant religion with nearly 70% of the population as Buddhist. So if you take Sri Lanka, 70% of the population are Buddhist. But the moment I say Buddhist, don't think that Ramayana is too far from them. While Buddhists primarily worship Lord Buddha, when you go to a Buddhist temple, primarily they'll be worshipping Lord Buddha. But in their temple, you will also see a Devalaya. Now, in the Devalaya, what they have is really the Hindu deities, where one of them is Lord Vishnu. So in Buddhist temples, often feature Devalaya. Devalaya is a term used for shrines. Devalaya is a local term that we use it. So in the Devalayas, where deities such as Lord Vishnu are worshipped. Therefore, Buddhists worship Lord Vishnu. This is the point that I'm trying to bring it to you all. The Buddhists, which account for 70% of the population in Sri Lanka, worship Buddhist. From Buddhism, I will now move to Hinduism. In Sri Lanka, nearly 70% are Hindus. We spoke about 70%, 17%, 70% as Buddhists and now 17% as Hindus. Of course, Hindus worship Lord Vishnu. There's no second word about it. Most Hindu temples in Sri Lanka, but there's a difference in these temples. Most Hindu temples in Sri Lanka are dedicated to Lord Shiva or his consort Parvati, or to their 2 sons, namely God Ganesh and God Kartikeya. In these temples, there is shrine for Lord Vishnu. So although the temple may be dedicated to Lord Shiva, when you go into the temple, definitely you are going to see Lord Vishnu, and the Lord Vishnu worship is there by the Hindus. There are few Venkateswara temple, Perumal temple, where the primary deity is Lord Vishnu. Similarly, temples dedicated to Hanumanji are also rare, but it's there. Few are there, 3 to 4. Therefore, Lord Vishnu worship by both Hindus and Buddhists. The first point I am trying to stress is that the Lord Vishnu worship is there with Hindus and Buddhists, which account for nearly 87% of the population. That is 70% Buddhist and 17% Hindus. It's a coincidence that today is a day for Lord Vishnu because today is Ekadasi. We are having this lecture on an Ekadasi day. It's another added advantage to us. Since Lord Rama is the 7th incarnation of Lord Vishnu, the Ramayana holds a special place in Sri Lankan culture. So we looked at the worship of Lord Vishnu by Buddhists, Lord Vishnu by Hindus, and from Lord Vishnu we come to Lord Rama because Lord Rama is the seventh incarnation, and then from we go to Ramayana. If you look at the word Ramayana, can be broken into Rama plus Jana. Actually, this word Jana is actually a Sinhalese word. They may have taken it from another religion, other language, but Jana is very often used in Sri Lanka. Jana, Janavada, is a meaning journey or going. So, therefore, the Ramayana refers to the journey of Lord Rama. In his journey, he came to Sri Lanka. So, Lord Rama, along with his consort Mata Sita Devi, his younger brother Lord Lakshmana, and his devotee Hanumanji all left their footprints in Sri Lanka. This is the start point I'm trying to stress first. In Sri Lanka, Lord Rama, Lord Lakshmana, Mata Sita Devi, and Hanumanji all four left their footprints. I believe Sri Lanka may be the only country, other than India, where all four left their footprints. Now I will move from Lord Rama to the next slide, focusing on Ravana. See, if Ravana is not there, then in Ramayana, Sri Lanka will not be there. So now I am going to focus on this Ravana. In Hindu temples, there are mounds or palanquins used to carry deities during special festival. We call it as in Tamil Pallak. So most of the Hindu temples, you will have these mounds. What you see in the picture is where Ravana, 10-headed, right? And this particular mount is called Kailasa Vahanam. It depicts a story related to Ravana. The story is, once Ravana lifted Mount Kailasa. Kailasa is the abode of Lord Shiva, and got trapped under it. To please Lord Shiva, Ravana recited Shiva Tandava Stotram, which is very familiar with most of us. And then Ravana escaped. Ravana obtained a sword from Lord Shiva. Therefore, Ravana is a devotee of Lord Shiva. That's another point that I'm trying to set today is Ravana is a devotee of Lord Shiva. And we have this Kailasa Vahanam in most of the Hindu temples. See, although we have Ravana here in Sri Lanka, I don't think anybody goes and prays to Ravana, right? It is only seen as a figure in this Kailasa Vahanam. Right. In this third slide, I'm going to speak about some of the prehistoric Lord Shiva temples, how Ravana is connected and how Lord Rama is connected. Ravana's devotion to Lord Shiva may be that reason there were many Lord Shiva temples in Sri Lanka. Why we are having many Lord Shiva temples in Sri Lanka may be the reason, right? Because of Ravana. During the prehistoric period of Sri Lanka, there were 5 Lord Shiva temples. As shown in this particular Sri Lankan map, there were 5 Lord Shiva temples. All these temples were along the coastal area of Sri Lanka. These temples were destroyed due to foreign innovation of Sri Lanka and also due to natural calamities. So basically, when you go to this temple, we are seeing the modern, the recent temples that were constructed. Out of the 5 places in in these 4 locations, there are Lord Shiva temples were built or renovated. We would like to thank the Indian government who recently renovated or more or less reconstructed the temple at Tiruketheswaram temple. The Koneswaram temple on the east coast and the Tiruketheswaram temple on the west coast, both were praised by 2 Hindu saints from Tamil Nadu for their holiness in the 12th century, Tirunan Sambandamurthy Nayanar and Sundaramurthy Nayanar. So these are not just temples of just Hindu Shiva temples, but they were even praised by 2 saints from Tamil Nadu. Normally, when you go to these temples, you will not find the statue of King Ravana. But in Tirukoneswaram temple, there is a statue of Ravana. Now, because of the Shiva temples in Sri Lanka is known as Shiva Bhumi. Shiva Bhumi, that is, Shiva Bhumi means Lord Shiva's land. So we looked at the relationship of Ravana to Lord Shiva. And now let us look at the relationship of Lord Rama to these Lord Shiva temples. Lord Rama killed Ravana. We all know that. And to get rid of himself from the sin of killing a devotee of Lord Shiva, the Brahmin, Lord Rama performed penance in the Lord Shiva temples in Sri Lanka. So after the war, Lord Rama did penance in these these Lord Shiva temples. In Sri Lanka, the temples where Lord Rama is believed to have worshipped Lord Shiva to get rid of himself of the Brahmahasti dosham, that is the sin, are Manavari temple, which is about 90 kilometers from Sri Lanka. Manavari temple, Muniswaram temple, Tirukoneswaram temple, and Tiruketheswaram temple. Manavari temple from Colombo city is about 90 kilometers, so it's not that too far. Manavari, Muniswaram temple, Tirukoneswaram temple, and Tiruketheswaram temple. These 4 temples are special importance to Hindus in Sri Lanka, because even Lord Rama did penance in this temple. The Sri Muniswaram temple, which you can see it in this photograph, is in the western region, nearly 90 kilometers from Colombo, is particularly well known and frequented by Hindus and Buddhists in Sri Lanka to pray to Lord Shiva for removal of sins. So these traditions come because Lord Rama prayed. Lord Rama prayed at this temple to get rid of the sins, and the people believe then the best place to pray to get rid of sins or for justice is the Lord Shiva temple at Muniswaram. Lord Rama performed not only in Sri Lanka, but also returning to Ayodhya at Rameswaram. Now we have looked at the Sri Lanka. Now I'm trying to establish that Lanka stated in Ramayana is the present Sri Lanka. Let me start with this particular slide. Ravana abducted Mata Sita Devi from the hermitage at Panchavati and brought her to Sri Lanka. On his way to Sri Lanka, while flying in the Puspaka Vimana, Ravana was stopped by the bird Jatayu, who tried to rescue Mata Sita Devi. Ravana, however, cut off Jatayu's wing and continues his journey to Sri Lanka. The place where Jatayu fell is believed to be in Kerala, India. That you can see it in this photograph, in this map. Panchavati to Kerala and then to Sitakotu in Sri Lanka. Thus, a journey of Rama and Mata Sita Devi was from Panchavati to Sri Lanka via Kerala that is in the southern direction from Panchavati. It's in the southern direction from Panchavati, Ravana traveled. Further, also Hanumanji took the leap from South India in the southern direction to reach Lanka. A bridge was constructed by Lord Rama with the assistance of Vanara force from Rameshwaram, India to Talamannar in Sri Lanka. All these three facts establish the fact that the Lanka stated in Ramayana is the present Sri Lanka. Now we will go to the particular segment relevant to Sri Lanka. The key segment of Ramayana relevant to Sri Lanka is the arrival of Mata Sita Devi, who was abducted by Ravana, and her eventual departure from Sri Lanka with Lord Rama. This period of Mata Sita Devi's stay in Sri Lanka is believed to have lasted nearly 1 year. Not a small period. For 1 year, Mata Sita Devi was in Lanka. So if you take the Ramayana trial of Sri Lanka, according to the Ramayana epic, the following events took place in Sri Lanka. Ravana abducted Mata Sita Devi and kept her captive in Sri Lanka. Second, Hanumanji came in search of Mata Sita Devi and found her in Sri Lanka. When Hanumanji came to Sri Lanka, he said, Sri Lanka is a beautiful country. Lord Rama came to Sri Lanka with his Vanara force to rescue his wife Mata Sita Devi. Fourth, Rama and Ravana war took place in Sri Lanka, and Lord Rama killed Ravana. Fifth, Mata Sita Devi went through the Agni test, the fire order, to prove her chastity. After the death of Ravana, Vibhushana was crowned as the next king of Sri Lanka. Lord Rama did penance to get rid of Brahmahasti Dosam because he killed Ravana. In this connection, we already looked at the Lord Shiva temples where Lord Rama performed penance. Lord Rama met the locals of Sri Lanka. Then Lord Rama left with Mata Sita Devi in the Puspaka Vimana. So you will see that a lot of events have taken place in Sri Lanka. So basically we are looking at where did this take place, where the location where it really basically took place. Regarding Puspaka Vimana, I want to tell you, Ravana took over the kingship of Sri Lanka from his stepbrother Kubera. Kubera ruled Sri Lanka, and then Ravana took it over from Kubera. At that time, Ravana took over the Puspaka Vimana from Kubera. Sri Lankans call Puspaka Vimana as Dandumona. This is a term I would like to say because the local term that we use for Puspaka Vimana is Dandumonara. In the Sinhalese word, Dandumonara is translated to English, then it is huge peacock. Monara means peacock, Dandumonara means huge peacock. Puspaka Vimana may be resembled the shape of a peacock. The segment of Ramayana epic took place in Sri Lanka, and certain sites associated with the story have been preserved for centuries. When I continue, you will see it, right? Even the names were kept without changed. So we have preserved for centuries. There are almost 50 sites related to aforementioned events. In total, we have nearly 50 sites. These sites represent a valuable resource for promoting tourism. This is what I'm coming to now. right? We have this particular asset, tourism asset, and then it's a resource for promoting tourism. When you say promoting tourism, for the people who really, right, interested in seeing these sites to come and look at these particular sites. Sri Lanka's unique connection to the Ramayana make it an attractive destination for tourists, particularly those interested in the rich culture and history of the region. Now I will go to some of the local Ramayana scripts. While Valmiki Ramayana remains the original version of Ramayana, there are also local scripts. Many of the authors and poets have rewritten or adapted the epic with regional variations and changes in narrative style. And some of the notable adaptations in relation to Sri Lanka include, I'll go with the first one, is the Kamba Ramayana. It's a Tamil version of Ramayana, written by the Tamil poet Kambar in the 12th century and known as Rama Avataram. Sri Lanka is close to Tamil Nadu. That may be the reason the Kamba Ramayana that is popular in Tamil Nadu, India, is also popular in Sri Lanka. We have annual programs of Kamba Ramayana, and various discussions take place in Kamba Ramayana. The second one is Dasaratha Jataka, a Buddhist version of the Ramayana found in Jataka tales of Buddhism, where the story of Rama and Sita is mentioned as part of the Buddha's past life stories. So as Buddha's past life stories, Ramayana was mentioned in their tales. Then even before Kamba Ramayana, King Kumaradasa and Janaki wrote this Janaki Harana. King Kumaradasa of Sri Lanka, who ruled in the 6th century, wrote the Mahakaviya epic form titled Janaki Harana, the abduction of Janaki in Sanskrit. Of course, you know Janaki is another name for Mata Sita Devi. One of the oldest works on this subject is a critical study of Janaki Harana, based on the Ramayana by Valmiki, written by Venerable Leenagala Srinivasa. This book describes the rescue of Prince Sita from Ravana and her return to Ayodhya. In Sri Lanka, many places are named after Ravana. That is what you see in this particular slide. The particular names and where it's particularly are located. Ravana Ella, an ancient temple. Ravana Falls in Ella. Maharavana Kotuva, Kuda Ravana Kotuva, Ravana Goda, and Ravana Cave. And therefore, you see, there are many places in Sri Lanka named after Ravana. The statue of Pulasti. Sheikh Pulasti is the grandfather of Ravana. The statue of Pulasti is located in the eastern part of Sri Lanka. Actually, these Ramayana sites in Sri Lanka are scattered all over Sri Lanka. The statue of Pulasti is in the eastern part of Sri Lanka. It can be observed that Sheikh Pulasti wears a sacred thread across the body from left shoulder to the right waist, indicating that he belonged to the Brahmin caste. Sheikh Pulasti is also seen carrying some scriptures with both hands. This statue is 11 feet 12 inches tall. The statue is found on the eastern bank of Parakrama Samudra, the largest tank in Sri Lanka. Next, we will go to Ravana cave. It is in the central region of Sri Lanka. Ravana cave is part of an underground network of tunnels used by Ravana to connect major cities across Sri Lanka. These tunnels are believed to have been used by Ravana for transportation across Sri Lanka. The cave mouth is 50 feet wide and 60 feet high. The cave is a large hollow in a rock, which is believed to lead to an underground tunnel. Even to reach the mouth of the cave, there are 620 steps from the ground level to reach the mouth of the Ravana cave. So we have now looked at two sites in relation to Ravana, Sheikh Plasti and Ravana Ella cave. There are many places named after Mata Sita Devi. We looked at Ravana, many places named. Now we are looking at the places named after Mata Sita Devi. Sita Elia, Sita Kotua. Now we are looking at Sita Kotua. It is believed that this was the place of Queen Mandodari, Ravana's wife. The place where Mata Sita was held captive is now known as Sita Kotua. Kotua means particularly the place where Sita stayed, which means Sita's fort in Sinhala. It is surrounded by waterfalls, streams, and a variety of flora and fauna. When you go to this place, you will realize that it's basically you live with nature. It has all this particular scenic beauty of this particular site. It is believed that the Mata Sita Devi was kept captive in this place until she was moved to Asokavatika. Now what you are seeing is the Asokavatika. You will see in the picture, what you see is the temple. On one side, you will see the forest, and there's the river flowing, and there are footprints of Hanumanji. This temple is called Sita Amman Temple. If you are taking a tour to Sri Lanka on the Ramayana trail, then you should not miss to visit Asokavatika, which is now this place is called Sita Elia. The place Asokavatika is now called Sita Elia. The temple at Sita Elia is called Sita Amman Temple. This temple is in the central part of Sri Lanka. It is really a scenic location. I think I keep on will be reminding you that Hanumanji, when he came to Sri Lanka, he said Sri Lanka is a beautiful country. And when you visit some of these Ramayana sites, you will witness that how Sri Lanka is beautiful. This temple is on a narrow strip of land between the main road and the river. What we see is the river, but on the other side now we have the main road. On one side of the river is the temple, and on the other side is the forest reserve. What is special about this particular place? Hanumanji for the first time met Mata Sita Devi at this place. Mata Sita Devi was kept captive in this particular place, and Hanumanji for the first time met Mata Sita Devi at this particular place. The picture, what you see on your right is that the Hanumanji meeting Mata Sita Devi. Hanumanji took Vishwarupam at this place. Vishwarupam means that a person grows large to show his immense power. This place has the footprints of Hanumanji. So when you go there, you will witness the footprints of Hanumanji in this particular site. It is believed that after Mata Sita Devi left Sri Lanka, the locals prayed to her at this particular site. The idols of Lord Rama, Mata Sita Devi, and Lord Lakshmana found at this particular place are kept in this temple. There are wall paintings that also you can see it in this particular slide. There are wall paintings that explain the legend related to this particular temple. That's the shrine of Hanumanji at the entrance of this particular temple. With that, I will move now to Divurumpala Raja Mahaviharaya, where Mata Sita went through the Agni test. We have already looked at two sites. Sita Devi, that is Sita Amman temple, and then Sita Kotua. This is the third side. Divurumbala Rajamaha Viharaya. This is in the central region of Sri Lanka, nearly 14 kilometers from Asoka Vatika. The name Divurumbala means the place of oath. The temple features wall paintings depicting scenes from the Ramayana. Similar to Sita Amman temples, here also you see the wall paintings. It is believed that this is the place where Mata Sita Devi performed the Agni test to prove her chastity. So now we have looked at three sites related to Mata Sita Devi, Sita Kotuva, Asoka Vatika, and the place where Mata Sita Devi went through the Agni test. Now I will move to one place about Hanumanji. We have looked at Ravana's place 2, Mata Sita Devi 3. Now we are looking at Hanumanji in relation to Hanumanji one side. Rumasala is in the southern region of Sri Lanka. Susena was the doctor of Vanara force. At the request of Susena, Hanumanji brought medicinal herbs from India to treat the wounded soldiers twice. He went twice to bring the herbs. While bringing herbs from India, it fell in 5 places in Sri Lanka, including this particular site that is called Rumasala. It is a hilly area, and the medicinal plants found in this area is not found in the neighboring areas. Rumasala means Rama's hold. Rumasala means Rama's hold. And then the Sinhalese word Unavatuna means it just fell. It just dropped. And Hanumanji dropped it. Therefore, this particular place takes the name Onnavatuna, Unavatuna. There's a statue of Hanumanji at this site. So this is one site related to Hanumanji. Now we will look at one site related to Lord Lakshmana. What you see in this picture is Lord Lakshmana crowning Vibhishana, and Vibhishana is seated with his wife. This is at Kalaniya Rajamaha Viharaya. It is in the western region of Sri Lanka, close to the city of Colombo. This is a Buddhist temple where there's a shrine for Vibhishana. Here you can find a rock-cut sculpture depicting the coronation of Vibhishana. Lakshmana is depicted here in conducting the coronation of Vibhishana, which according to the description in the Ramayana. Vibhishana is seated with his wife. This is one of the places where, this is in addition to Ramayana, this is one of the places where Lord Buddha also visited. Now let me tell you something about Vibhishana. Vibhishana was the younger brother of Ravana. Vibhishana played a key role in ensuring the protection of Mata Sita Devi, that is one, and then supported Lord Ramana in his battle against Ravana. So these two key roles Vibhishana played it. Vibhishana's statue is seen in some of the Buddhist temples. Vibhishana stood for dharma throughout his life. That is why he actually, in order to establish dharma, he left his elder brother Ravana and went and paid obeisance to Lord Rama at Rameshwara. After the death of Ravana, Vibhishana was crowned as the next king of Sri Lanka. Vibhishana is also recognized as one of the Chiranjeevis. Chiranjeevis mean immortal beings, that is, they don't die, similar to Hanumanji. Now we will look at Dasara to Deepavali, what happened in Sri Lanka. These are two festivals, Dasara and Deepavali, Diwali. The period Dasara to Diwali is usually 21 days. According to the Ramayana epic, during these 21 days, several events took place in Sri Lanka. Dasara is the day where Lord Rama killed Ravana. Vibhishana performed the last rites for his brother Ravana. Locals paid their last respect to Ravana, Yahangala in the place. Mata Sita Devi performed the Agni Pariksha. Vibhishana was crowned as the next king of Sri Lanka. Lord Rama did penance to get rid of the sin of killing Ravana. Then Lord Rama returned to Ayodhya with Mata Sita Devi and took the kingship on the Diwali day. Now, we will look at the benefits that we get as a result of this Ramayana Trail project. The development of Ramayana Trail of Sri Lanka offers remarkable benefit to various stakeholders, including devotees, religious sites owners, local population, and the government. RT sites provides devotees an incredible experience. When the devotees come to this particular site, when they go to Asokavati, some people cry, the devotion that the people have it, right, in this particular sites that we have it in Sri Lanka. RT sites are generating revenue which is used for the preservation and development of the sites. The devotees give donations. And in some sites now even we charge entrance fees. So the income generation is actually helping to preserve these particular sites. It gives job opportunities, especially for SME sector, small and medium enterprises sector. The Ramayana Trail project is creating demand for local services, accommodation, transportation, food, and souvenirs. The development of lesser-known sites. Sri Lanka is known as a beach destination. We have the beaches, cultural, and then wildlife, all that. Those are well-known sites. Most of the Ramayana sites are not that known to the people. So most of the sites in the Ramayana Trail project are lesser-known sites. Due to the Ramayana Trail project increasing their visibility, attracting investment, and stimulating local economics. Of course, Ramayana Trail project increase in domestic and international tourists. Attracting tourism provide many benefits to the government. We earn foreign exchange and there are tax revenue. Promoting sustainable tourism. There is an increase in number of local and foreign visitors to the RT sites in Sri Lanka. The numbers are gradually increasing. We started this project in 2008 with the launch of this particular project in New Delhi. Ramayana sites, when managed responsibility, can contribute to the long-term sustainability of the sites. We are very keen these sites will be preserved. Focusing on preserving the authenticity of the sites and responsible visitor behavior helps to protect the environment, ensures that the site remains visible for our future generations. In terms of Sri Lankan perspective on the Ramayana, of Sri Lanka Ramayana, Sri Lanka tourism aimed to create awareness of the Ramayana related sites in Sri Lanka and increase inbound tourism to Sri Lanka. The Ramayana Trail in Sri Lanka is a project designed to explore the location where key events from the Ramayana took place, as well as important sites related to Ravana. Today, we looked at some of the key sites, but in total, there are nearly 50 sites. And these sites are scattered all over Sri Lanka. A full tour of all these sites would require nearly about 2 weeks. However, most tourists typically explore the most important sites in a 1-week tour. India is the largest source of tourists to Sri Lanka, which nearly 20% of our inbound tourism comes from India. There are convenient connections between the two countries by air, and recently a ferry service commenced between northern Sri Lanka and South India. And recently I heard there's also a plan to start another ferry service from Rameswaram to Talamanna. There is no land access between the two countries, that is India and Sri Lanka. But during the time of the Ramayana, a bridge existed between Rameswaram in India and Talamannar in Sri Lanka. Lord Rama came through this Ramsetu bridge to Sri Lanka. Although the bridges no longer exist, some of the remnants remain, filled with sand on both Indian and Sri Lankan side. There is a weaving tower at Rameswaram, offers a glimpse of the remnants of this particular bridge. People often take boat rides from Talamanna, that is from Sri Lankan side, to visit these sand dunes, which are believed to be the footprints of Lord Rama, Lord Lakshmana, and Hanumanji, offering a sacred connection to these three divine figures. Although the primary aim is to increase tourist arrival from India, I should say there are tourists from many other countries such as Nepal and Malaysia take the RT tour in Sri Lanka. This is a project run in partnership with the Sri Lankan private travel sector. I see many of the private sector travel people are also joining this particular Zoom meeting, which organize tours to provide necessary facilities for tourists. Tour guides play a crucial role in explaining the significance of the sites. Without these tour guides, we will not be able to handle this project because tour guides are educated on the particular Ramayana sites. There are continuous educational programs to train the tour guides and other tourism stakeholders. I'm going to show you the commitment by our national carrier Sri Lankan. Sri Lankan national carrier is committed to promote the RT, Ramayana Trail. The short video highlighting the RT will now be played. I will play this particular video. Please let me know whether you hear the sound. Can you hear the sound?
Sound is not audible, sir.
Rama is to rescue Sita from Lanka.
What's
Yes.
the
Now we are able to hear. Yes.
Lanka was Ravana's kingdom.
Is it a real place, Daddy?
Yes, of course, Beta. All the places in the Ramayana are real. Today, we know Lanka as Sri Lanka. And then, Ravana flies with Sita to Lanka in his Pushpaka Vimana.
Where did Ravana keep Sita, Daddy?
He first kept her hidden in a cave. Kept her in a beautiful garden in his palace.
How did Lord Rama know where Sita was?
Hanuman flew to Lanka and found her in Ravana's palace. He was praying to Lord Rama, come and rescue her.
But didn't Ravana's people catch Hanuman?
Yes, they caught him and tied him up and set his tail on fire. He jumped from building to building and set the palace on fire.
How did Lord Rama reach Lanka? Did he also fly, Daddy?
No, beta. Hanuman and his army of monkeys and bears built a bridge from India to Lanka with rocks, boulders, and trees.
Oh, is the bridge still standing?
Yes, you can see it even today. It is called the Ram Setu Bridge. Arjuna got injured, was about to die. They quickly wanted a magic medicine from the Himalayas. When Hanuman reached the Himalayas, he didn't know which plant to get. So he lifted the entire mountain and threw it to Lanka.
Oh,
On the way, some parts of the mountain fell in some places.
but Daddy, how do you know this is where Hanuman dropped it?
Because Sanjeevi Parvata, where the magic plant grows, is only found in the Himalayas and now in Brahmasala too. This is where Lord Rama launched the powerful Brahmastra arrow that killed Ravana.
What did Lord Rama do after that, Daddy?
He was sorry for killing a Brahmin who Ravana was. So he built a second Shivlingam in a temple where Ravana used to meditate to Lord Shiva for long hours.
Then what happened to Lanka?
Lord Rama crowned Ravana's good brother Vibhishana as king of Lanka before returning to Ayodhya.
Daddy, I love this Ramayana story. Can we go to Sri Lanka and see these places?
Of course, beta. Your father is taking us all on the Ramayana trail this year.
Daddy, I'll pluck that magic herb and plant it in our balcony.
That was the video prepared by Sri Lanka. Oh, yes. Right. Ramayana trial is part of religious tourism, and the devotees obtain an incredible experience in exploring the Ramayana sites in Sri Lanka. We have already started many people coming on this Ramayana trial. I would like to mention Sri Lanka adopts a very easy visa approval procedure to obtain visa to visit Sri Lanka from many countries, including India. When you apply for the visa to Sri Lanka, it will be issued within 24 hours online. You don't have to visit any organization. At present, there is no visa fee for Indian tourists. Let me summarize all what we looked at today. In today's lecture, we explored the deep connection between Sri Lanka and the Ramayana, focusing key events and sites in Sri Lanka that are associated with the ancient epic Ramayana. We discussed how the Ramayana is an integral part of Sri Lankan culture, both for Hindus and Buddhists. And the unique importance of the location of the sites like Sita Kotua, Asoka Vatika, the place where Mata Sita went through the Agni Pariksha, that is the Diburumpala Rajamahaviharya, statue of Pulasti, Ravana cave, prehistoric Lord Shiva temples, Rumasala, where the Sanjivani curves were dropped, and then eventually the war between Rama and Ravana, the Ram Setu bridge, and then Kalani Rajamahavihara, where Lakshmana crowned Vibhushan as the next king of Sri Lanka. These places have been preserved for centuries and continue to attract tourists and devotees alike. In addition to this, we explore the Ramayana trail in Sri Lanka, which not only promote tourism, but also creates opportunities for local business and supports sustainable tourism. I also mentioned several regional adaptations of the Ramayana, including the Kamba Ramayanam in Tamil, Buddhist Dasarada Jataka, and Janaki Harana, showcasing the diverse cultural interpretations of the epic across different traditions. Lastly, we discussed how the Ramayana travel launched by the Sri Lanka tourism has become an essential cultural and spiritual journey for visitors from all over the world, especially India, fostering deeper connection between the two countries. I hope this lecture has enhanced your understanding of the Ramayana's culture and historical significance in Sri Lanka. Actually, if you need any further information on this particular subject, you may like to visit the Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion website, where they have a dedicated particular site for Ramayana Trail. And now that Ramayana Trail was promoted for a long period of time, if you even contact your travel agent or any traveler in Sri Lanka or in your country, I'm sure they will help you to book your trip to Sri Lanka. Thank you once again for your participation, and I encourage you to explore these remarkable sites and stories they hold. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for joining us and for your insights and your knowledge and your experience. We have learned a lot of things. And in India, there is a saying, if you are reaching out to a teacher or a professor, you are reaching out to 10,000 people. It means today you have reached out to around 6 lakh people.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
it's a great initiative, I guess. We all should collaborate for this Ramayana. And we should continue having such kind of a program in future as well, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And the sites that you have mentioned, a lot of sites were very new for us. For
Yeah.
example, the Vibhishna's story, that was new for us.
Where he was crowned as the next king of Sri Lanka. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
sir. The statue
Yeah.
of Pulasti, it was something that we never heard of.
Okay.
Me as a person never heard of. Maybe
Yeah.
somebody else must have heard
Yeah.
of Pulasti, statue of Pulasti. So there
Yeah.
is one very popular question that goes,
Yes.
that is, Ravana was the king of Sri Lanka.
That's right.
So how he is revered as, like he's worshipped, or he's being praised for his contribution in Ayurveda literature. He was a very learned man, I guess.
Yeah. You see, Ravana is not worshipped.
Okay,
To
sir.
tell you frankly, he is not worshipped as a
Mhm.
god or anything, but
Mhm.
he was a devotee of Lord Shiva, is accepted.
Mhm.
Right? And there are
Okay.
Lord Shiva temples, and Sri Lanka is called Shiva Bhumi. That is right. And
That-
many
that- that-
people studying Ayurveda or even various other subjects, if Ravanas has said something in that particular subject, obviously they take account to it. One is Ayurveda, right? And they speak
Yeah,
about
yeah,
the Ravana's contribution to Ayurveda, right?
right, sir. Absolutely.
So that is there,
And
right?
in literature as well, sir. In literature as well, like
That's right. There are literature
he
as
wrote
well.
in
So that
Sanskrit literature
that
also.
respect is there,
Yeah, yes,
right,
sir.
to him.
So, is there any legend regarding Ravana or Vibhishana, or is there any village or any place where there are stories which we have never heard of, like some legend or stories? Have you come across such stories?
Which one can yeah, basically tell me again?
Sir, some legends or some stories that is not a part of regular Ramayana that we hear here.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there any kind of story, like some legends that as an Indian we didn't hear?
No, not to my knowledge,
Okay.
right?
So,
Basically, we have the Ramayana story, right?
hmm.
And that's basically, you see,
How much it is different from our version, like in Indian version, from Indian version?
actually, there is not different from your version of Indian version. But if you take basically what we also go by Valmiki Ramayana, right? In explaining all these sites.
So Kamba Ramayana is somewhat similar to Valmiki Ramayana.
Yeah, but there are some differences.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, for example, now say how Ravana abducted Mata Sita Devi from Panchavati.
Yes,
There are
sir.
different versions also.
Okay, sir.
Some people speak about Lakshmana Rekha also, right?
Okay.
But as
Yeah,
far
right,
as
right.
Sri Lanka is concerned, we go by the Valmiki Ramayana, where the way actually how Ravana abducted Mata Sita Devi,
Right,
right?
sir.
Yeah, we
Right.
are right. In this particular subject of Ramayana, there are different versions, right?
Right, right.
And we go by that. I also see Bala Sankruti has joined, right? Who came
So,
from India. He was with us for about 5 to 6 years in working
okay.
on this particular subject. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
15 years, sir.
Huh?
15 years.
15 years. Oh, sorry. Right.
So,
Thank you.
Bala sir, if you want to say something regarding the same, you are welcome to say something, sir.
Professor Riteshji, I just want to add to the question what you asked.
Okay.
2 points. One about the admiration of Ravana in Lanka. So to make it easy for the audience to understand, it is more like a hero worship rather than the divine worship.
Okay.
Okay, you see, in South India, you see a lot of praise to the hero Prabhas, Bahubali,
Yeah, right.
and Amitabh Bachchan. It is that kind of hero worship. They take it to their heart.
Okay.
Okay, it is not the divine worship. It is more of a hero worship.
So it's like someone who has done something for the people, his contribution to
Yes.
Sri Lanka, making it a golden pigeon or something like that. So golden city.
Of course, yes. Because see, even today, when you go to Kerala Ayurveda universities, it is very much thought about the Arka Shastram, which was given by Ravana himself. So,
Arka Shastra,
Shivadanda
yes, yes.
Stotram, what we recite in all the temples, is the literature coming from Lord Ravana, King Ravana himself. And coming to the local legends, what you asked for, I'll be sticking more to the Valmiki Ramayana itself. So if you observe Valmiki Ramayana, if you read Valmiki Ramayana, you might have observed that Sanjeevani mountain, which is actually referred as Aushadhi Parvat in Valmiki's version. This Aushadhi Parvat was brought twice to Sri Lanka.
Right, sir.
Twice to Sri Lanka, not once. When he brought for the first time, it was brought for the Vanarasena, not for the Lakshman.
Okay, sir.
First time it was brought for Vanarasena. And the second time, and when he brought it for the first time, it was very clearly mentioned in Valmiki Ramayana that the mount is being put back into the original status. But when he brought it for the second time, for Lakshman, there was no mention about what happened to this mountain after treating Lakshmana. There's no mention about in Valmiki Ramayana itself. The Maharshi Valmiki, after finishing the treatment of Lakshman, he immediately switches to the sentimental dialogues between the brothers, and then immediately day raises, and then the war starts. So what happened to this mountain was not mentioned. The
Right.
connection is missing in Valmiki Ramayana, and
Absolutely.
that missing connection you can find it in Sri Lanka.
Okay, sir.
What
It's,
happened to that mountain after that? You'll get the answer only in Sri Lanka, not in anywhere else.
okay, so,
Yeah.
okay, sir. It's a beautiful end to the
Thank you,
story.
Bala, for adding to and make it clear to the participants.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Gayatri ji was instrumental in making this entire event possible. So
Yeah.
if she's there, I would ask her to say something, few words. Gayatri ji, are you online?
Yeah,
Yes,
Gayatri will speak to
yeah,
me just
yeah.
immediately before
Yeah, please.
before this one. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Gayatri and Jana Kumar, both. Yeah. Gayatri, go
Yes.
ahead. You want to say something?
Yes, yeah. Thank you so much for Kaleshwaran sir ji and Ratish ji for arranging this kind of a webinar. I'm very happy because we were waiting for this to happen. We have to from our side we just want to promote the Ramayana, and it has happened in Sri Lanka, so we are a stakeholder in Ramayana story. So we just wanted to make this webinar and all the operations happen in Sri Lanka. So I'm very happy, Kaleshwaran sir, for joining for this webinar and made a very very beautiful presentation. Thank you so much.
I must
Thank
tell you that
so much.
Gayatri came to India, I don't know where,
Yes.
about a year
Last year
before.
she was
I
here.
came to
Last year she was here
yes,
for a Ramayana
I came to
seminar.
IGNCA and present about tourism and Sri Lankan Ramayana. Yes, Sri Lankan perspective of Ramayana.
Very good. That's what I wanted to say. You also went to India and promoted this Ramayana trail. Actually, I
Yes.
must thank all those participants and others who really went to India, including a special thanks to Bala, right, who is really keen in promoting this Ramayana trail to Sri Lanka. And special thanks, actually, I must mention the professor organizing. When he said it, just you want it, I said immediately, yes. Am I right, Professor?
Yes, absolutely, sir.
And I was really happy that you organized it.
So this
Yeah,
is
go
just
ahead, Professor. You wanted to say something.
So this is just a trial lecture. We will take this to next level when we will connect around 10 to 15 universities together. This was our first attempt. So what we wish to do is we want to spread this word regarding the Ramayana, and we want to connect all the educational institutes in India, in Sri Lanka, in Thailand, in Laos, in Indonesia. We want to connect all the universities, and wherever this legend and epic is there, we want to form a committee regarding the same, so that we can
basically when you go to these some of the countries like Thailand, Indonesia, you have these cultural programs. They basically show the Bali's Lord Rama killing.
So this is what we intend to. This is what we intend to do next year. We want to organize a 10-day festival in which these countries will be performing.
Good. And we should actually learn from them and actually take it to Sri Lanka. Although the number is small and the people are not investing on this particular program, I'm sure, Gayatri taking the leadership. She is within our team. And we should be able to do these particular cultural programs in Sri Lanka. Yeah,
India
go ahead.
Is a huge market. India is a huge market as far as pilgrim is concerned. It's a huge market.
That's right.
We can motivate, let's say, 100,000 people. For this, it's a good effort, and we can do that. We can definitely do that.
It was really picking up. Actually, this COVID and then the economic crisis basically slowed down. I'm sure now that we are recovering from the crisis, economic crisis, I'm sure we should go to pick it up now, the Indian market. Yeah.
Yes, it's picking up, and around 30 million people traveled from India to abroad.
It's huge. I know it's huge. Yes.
It's huge. It's huge. It's more than the population of Sri Lanka.
That's right. That's right.
So you can tap on this population which is traveling outside.
Good, good,
So,
good, good.
so I'm really thankful to Gayatri ji sir, you and to Bala sir, and to
Yeah.
all the other
Mr. Kumar.
participants who were there. Who
Yeah.
were there. Thanks very much. Thanks very much for connecting with us. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank
thank you.
you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye, sir.